Hi students. So in previous class we have formula. So ZR equals to impedance transformation ratio. So that equals to log A by R1 log A by R2. So we have this formula now. So this is the formula in which spacing between conductors and radius both are involved, on which that ITR depends, and from this one, so we have conclusion. So ITR depends on both the radius and R1 and R2. So this method is specially suited when matching is done with low impedance antennas, because the radiation resistance of these antennas are very low. So the required ratio of the conductor radius, so to give desired impedance ratio, can be obtained geographically. So here we let take one plot. So when this impedance ratios are moving, So this is the space indicating here. So when ZR equals to 4, so this is ZR equals to 5. ZR equals to 6. ZR equals to 7. ZR equals to 8. So this is the value. So that is ZR equals to 9. So ZR equals to 8. So ZR equals to 7. ZR equal to 6. ZR equals to 5. ZR equals to 4. So this figure says impedance transformation ratio for two conductors folded dipole as a function of radius and spacing. So here what are the advantages? So this folded dipole antenna has very good impedance, so high input impedance. Wideband in frequency. So used in compensation network. So Agi-Uda or simply Agi, the very most high gain antenna. So the features of this Agi-Uda, very high gain antenna. So these are invented by name Professor Uda and Agi. The antenna approximated in the year of 1928. So 1928. So let us discuss the basic construction of this Agi-Uda antenna. So this is the simple basic construction of Agi-Uda antenna. So it will consist of reflectors. So it will consist of directors and driven element. So nothing but it will consist of one driven element. So it will consist of multiple directors. Similarly, it will consist of reflector. So the driven element is simply it is a so it is ordinary lambda by 2. Driven element lambda by 2 dipole, usually of metallic rod at a frequency of operation. So the parasitic elements that will continue these metallic rods that are arranged parallel to this driven element, so that are placed in the same level. So all this arranged in collinearly. So what is the collinear? We discussed in antenna array topic. All these antennas are very close together. So all the antennas are here closer together. So the optical equivalent of this one is very simple operation. So it is having the length, so that equals to the general spacing between one element to another element. So you are having the spacing equals to 0.1 lambda. So the length of this reflector, so length equals to 0.55 lambda. Director length equals to 0.5 lambda. Driven 0. This one equal to 0.5 lambda. So nothing but 0.55 lambda for reflector, 0.5 lambda for driven, 0.45 lambda for directors. So reflector, driven, and directors. So these are the possible dimensions of reflector, directors, and driven. Very most popular for competition examinations. So let we discuss so the radiation pattern for this Aguda antenna. So this is the radiation pattern for Aguda. So as we know that, so this is called major lobe. So what is the major lobe? We are familiar about radiation pattern, major lobe. And these are the back lobes and the minor lobes. So this is the back lobe and the minor lobes. So nothing but the direction of main beam. So this is the maximum main beam. So direction of main beam. So this is the ideal case. So now we have practical simulation pattern. So these are the possible practical radiation pattern for simulation. So antenna simulation. the practical radiation pattern. So this is the physical installation. Physical installation of the particular Agioda antenna. So radiation pattern, majority of our end exams, radiation pattern asked 2 or 4 marks. So this is choice, so optional. So these are the typical TV Agioda antennas. The parasitic elements receive their excitation from the voltages induced in them. Current flow in this particular driven. So this is the reflector, this is the feed point, and these are the respective directors. So driven, directors, and reflectors. So the phase and the phase and currents due to the induced voltage depends upon the spacing between the elements and upon the reactance of the elements. So the reactance may be varied just by dimensions. So the length of the parasitic elements, so the spacing between the driven and parasitic elements are usually in the order of lambda by 10. So generally the lambda by 10 based parasitic generally employed in the particular length. So in practical dimensions, so the reflector length, so the length of the reflector, so 500 divided by frequency, so in megahertz. Similarly, driven elements, so 475 divided by frequency in megahertz. So director 455 divided by f megahertz. So reflectors driven directors, these are the practical important values for our end examinations. So both directors and reflectors are used in the same antenna, and the reflector is around 5% more on director. So the reflector body is 5% more, and the director is 5% less driven antenna. So the parasitic elements can be clamped on metallic support because at the middle of each parasitic element the voltage is minimum, so there exists a voltage node. So even driven element may also be clamped, and if it is shunt feed, so the clamping is over support rod makes the this type of rigid mechanical structure. So here they are employing the rigid mechanical structure. So further use of parasitic elements in conjunction with this element, dipole antenna is below the 73 ohm. So it may be low around 25 ohm. So hence it is become necessary to use either shunt feed or folded dipole so that input impedance could be raised to a suitable value to match the feed cable. While using the folded dipole, the continuous rod may be clamped to this particular structure. So this is the clamping structure. It is the rod. So rod clamping. So there are n elements of the Agiuda. So for example, if 11 elements of Agiuda, so 11 elements of Agiuda. Therefore, what is the number of reflector? One reflector, one driven. So D1, so D2 to D9. So these are the directors. So let us discuss the So what is the action? Or simply what is the working condition? So the spacing between these elements and the length of the parasitic elements determine the phase of the currents. So the parasitic antenna is the very important antenna. So the parasitic element of equal or greater the length that equals to, it will be fixed to lambda by 2. Hence phase of the currents in the former case will lag the induced voltage, whereas in later case they will lead the induced voltage. So properly spacing between these dipoles are shorter than the lambda by 2 act as director and be fields. So if more than one directors are employed, then each director will excite the next. So on the other hand, the element of length equal or greater than lambda by 2 that will act as a reflector, that will add up these fields of driven element in the direction from the reflector towards the driven element. So if properly spaced, so the addition gain is achieved by using the additional directors in this beam directions. So the driven element radiate from front to rear. So part of the radiation induced the current in the parasitic elements. So in which turn, so rear radiate. So by suitable dimensions of the length of these parasitic elements and the spacing between two elements, so radiated energies add up in front end. So if the distance between the driven and parasitic elements are decreasing, so then it will load the driven element irrespective of the length. So therefore this will be folded in as well as compensated. So therefore finally you are able to get the radiation at the top end of the particular antenna. So let me discuss what is the general characteristics of this. So number one, so it will have the beam antenna characteristic. What is the example for beam antenna? Equal to one reflector, one driven, and one director. So second characteristics, unidirectional beam. We already mentioned. So very aluminum rods, so therefore lightweight. So low cost. So frequency bandwidth obtained from this Agivuda, so 0% will be increasing. Very good gain, practical gain, so 8 dB gain. The front to back ratio approximately 20 dB. So the another name, so that is a super gain antenna or super directivity antenna. One of the characteristic frequency fixed value for this case. So quickly note down these points 1 minute. Now we discuss so voltage. So one or more passive elements coupled magnetically to driven element, that is we call them as so parasitic antenna. So the presence of this parasitic antenna, it will obtain another word, so that is directional antenna. The effect on this directional pattern produced depends upon magnitude and phase. So therefore that is spacing. So the spacing also be one of the deciding factor for this voltages and currents. So that's why here we are developing on this basic idea. So we are developing these equations. So according to that, so we are able to form the equations. So V1 equals to, for a first element V1, so that I2, Z12, I3, Z13 plus IN, Z1N. Similarly, V2 equals to I1, Z12, I2, Z22, I3, Z23, so on. So IN, Z2N. So V3 equals to I1, Z31, I2, Z32, I3, Z33, so N, Z3N. So likewise, so Vn equals to I1, ZN1, I2, ZN2, I3, ZN3, N, ZN. So here V1, V2, V3 are voltage applied to our first antennas. So voltage applied to our first antennas. So I1 and I2, I3, I4. So those are the currents. Similarly, Z11, Z12, Z33 to ZNN. These are the self-impedances between antennas that are very popular.